Dear students, good morning. Today we have to do the properties of composition of functions. If the first property, if f, g and h are three functions such that f is a function from a to b, g is a function from b to c, and h is a function from c to d, then h of g of f is equal to h of g of f. It means h of g of f is equal to h of g of f. It means the composition of function is associative. And now we have to do the proof. As f is a function from a to b, g is a function from b to c, and h is a function from c to d. And therefore g of f is a function from a to c, and h of g of f is a function from a to d. Because f is a function from a to b, b is a function from b to c, then g of f is a function from a to c. And now h of g of f, h is a function from c to d, and g of f is a function from a to c. It means h of g of f is a function from a to d. And also we have h of g. h of g. h is a function from c to d, and g is a function from b to c. First g, b to c, and h, c to d. It means h of g is a function from b to d, and h of g of f is a function from a to d. It means both h of g of f and h of g of f exist. Both are exist. And now we have to consider, let x be an arbitrary element of set A. Now x is a arbitrary element of A, and therefore you have to let y is equal to fx and z is a function of gy, where y belongs to B and z belongs to C. And now we have h of g of f. h of g of fx, that is equal to h of g x, and then you can write this as h of g of fx, and therefore it becomes fx. What is fx? Fx is y. Then it becomes h of gy. What is gy? And gy is equal to z, and therefore it is equal to hz. Say this is number 1. And now we have to consider h of g of f. h of g of f x, that is equal to h of g fx. What is fx? Fx is y. Substitute value h of gy. Then you can write h of gy. What is gy? Gy is z, and therefore it becomes hz. From this 1 and 2, we can say h of g of fx is equal to hz, and h of g of f of x is equal to hz. From 1 and 2, we can say that h of g of f is equal to h of g of f. This is the first property. Now, second property, if f is a function from a to b and g is a function from b to c are 1 functions, then g of f is a function from a to c is also 1. And third one, the composition of onto function is onto if f is a function from a to b and g is a function from b to c are onto functions, then g of f from a to c is also onto function. It means f is onto, g is onto, then their composite function g of f is also onto function. And the last one, f from a to b, g from b to c are 1 function, then g of f is a function from a to c is also 1. It means the composition of functions is 1 if f and g are both 1. The composition function is onto if f and g are both onto function. From this, say that if f and g are 1 and onto, 1 and onto, it means f and g are bisective function. Then g of f is also bisective function. G of f is also 1 and onto. Therefore, it is bisective function.